So we're gonna talk about enharmonic. That's how it's called. Enharmonic modulation. So Brahms is using augmented chords to modulate, to go to different keys. Okay, so before we start that, we're gonna review about fully diminished chords and how they can go to anywhere, like we discussed last time. So can you give me an example of a diminished chord?
Let's see. Diminished chord. Let's see.
Fully diminished.
Fully diminished. We can do D, F, A flat, and then C flat.
D, F, A flat, and C flat, right? The wonderful marker is stopping to train us.
Is it working? Yes, it's working now.
Okay. So D, F, A flat, C flat. So where should it resolve?
The bass will always go a half step up, which means
a half step.
Yeah, so we'll say it's a E flat, right?
Exactly.
It's D sharp, yes.
The upper note resolves up or down?
Down.
Very good. So resolves to C flat to a
B.
A B flat. Very good. We have so far the contour, the extreme voices. We have a perfect fifth, right? So we're on a good track.
Yeah.
Then the A flat resolves
it to down to G.
a half step also to G, and this one can go up or down.
Yeah,
right?
that's the same thing.
It doesn't matter depending. So we have a major chord. It could be a minor chord. Now, if we respell this chord, if we start from F.
From F, okay. We got F.
The next note. So this is a stack of minor thirds, right?
Yes.
Minor third, minor third, minor third. A minor third above A would be
above F.
F, sorry.
We'll have F, A flat, C flat, and then E flat.
Very good. Wait. C flat and
C flat. Oh, and E double flat.
Unfortunately, we're trying to escape those, right?
Yeah, we have E double flat.
So this voice goes
up. So that means we have a G flat.
Excellent. Half step. Then the E double flat.
We go down. So E double flat. That means it was supposed to. We'll say it's a D double flat then. E double flat. No. Sorry. Half step down. No, sorry. Half step down.
Yes, half step down.
Half step down. We just go to a. Sorry, I'm like double flats.
If we have a hard time, sometimes this helps, doing our little piano. That's what I do, until your mind gets very, very comfortable with this, okay?
Yep.
So, you need to train yourself on how to draw a little piano.
Yeah, too. I'm trying to imagine in my mind.
It will come with time, don't worry. The same thing with Chris. Now, he doesn't have to draw the piano sometimes. He really gets it.
Yeah, it takes time.
Okay? So, we have our little piano. So, okay.
E double flat.
So, this one is an E double flat. It will resolve a half step down to a...
Oh, D flat.
Yes, you see, with the piano it's easier.
Yes!
So now, we have a G flat major, or it could be a G flat minor.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay,
cool. Okay. So, and the same thing, if we keep going up, for example, if we start from A flat now, what would the next note be?
So we have A flat, C flat, A flat, C flat, and then E double flat.
And the next note would be...
No!
So if we want to avoid that, what do we do? Remember?
Alright, we change. Instead of flat, we'll go to G sharp instead.
Exactly, and harmonically spelled.
Yeah.
G sharp, the next chord would be?
G sharp, B, D, and then F. Hey, that's easier.
Easier,
That's
right?
easier.
And it's gonna resolve to what?
The D sharp goes to A.
Excellent.
And then the F goes down to a E.
Very good.
Oh, I love that. My favorite. Oh, and then we have the A, which can be, you know.
It could be C sharp or it could be natural. It doesn't matter. So you see, with this chord, you can go and you can keep starting from the next note, and you will go to 4 different keys, possible keys, major or minor. That's why the diminished chords are used by romantic composers a lot to go anywhere. What are the bad news, my friend? Sometimes they won't spell the diminished chord in the right way.
Yes, and harmonically.
They will be just tired and they can spell it like this, and they can go to A.
Yep.
And you will say, what?
I have to figure that out.
So you draw your little piano and you do the enharmonic version to see if you can find what is the diminished chord. Okay? So that's how diminished chords, fully diminished chord function, and they modulate. Now the augmented is similar. Can you give me an example of a very easy augmented chord?
An easy augmented chord. I'm trying to avoid the flats. We can just do
we can do the ones that Brahms used.
Yeah.
So what's the key?
A flat.
A flat major?
Yes, A flat major.
So we have 4 flats. What is the first chord that he's using?
The A flat chord.
A flat augmented.
Yeah.
A flat, C, and E. It's a stack of major thirds.
Major thirds, yes.
Major third, major third. So is that correct, or I need to put an accident?
You need to put a natural.
Very good. So in that way, what is the next chord that he does?
The next chord is an F chord, F minor.
Very good. An F minor. So look, the E is gonna resolve a half step. So these chords are kind of a dominant. They have a magnetic force to resolve.
Yes.
They are unstable.
Yes.
From A flat to E, what is that interval?
From A flat to E, a fifth.
It's a.
Oh, you mean what kind of fifth?
It's an augmented fifth.
Yes.
So it's an unstable interval.
Yes.
And the fully diminished chords, they have a lot of tritons, and the tritons are
not stable either.
very unstable, right? For example, just to show you, if we have this fully diminished chord, C sharp, yes, E, G, B flat. From B flat to E, triton.
Yep.
And from G to C sharp, triton. So it's a lot of tension, and the triton always wants to resolve.
Yes.
Right? You remember what we see sometimes resolves outwards or inwards.
Yes.
Okay. So here is the same thing. When you play this augmented chord, as soon as I play it, you feel that it's resting or it's in tension?
Tension.
Yes, it wants to do something, right?
Yeah.
Or it wants to resolve.
To somewhere.
So in that case, Brahms resolve this up and keep the other notes, and we have a.
Oh, we have a F chord. I mean F minor.
Very good. In what inversion?
Inverse inversion.
Very good. Now the next chord he does, which is the chord that he uses to modulate, because F minor is still included in A flat, right? What is F minor?
Let's say minor 4.
The minor 6.
Minor 6, yes.
Yes.
F minor, F. Yes, minor 6.
No problem. So now the chord that he uses to modulate to a B, that's why I put B flat number 1, is the 4 chord. The bass is D flat, but a major third above D flat.
A major third above D flat. G. Oh wait, no. We can only say it's an F.
Thirds, exactly.
Yes. Oh yes, there's an F.
F, very good. It's a major third, and a major third above F.
It's an A. That means we need a natural sound.
Excellent. Yes. And this time he doesn't just the A natural goes to B flat, the F stays, and the D flat resolves to a D natural. And in that way he reached B flat major. So this is not really a 4 chord, this is a kind of a dominant, and it's enharmonically spelled because the A is the leading tone of B flat. And if you respell this chord in this way, look.
I see.
If you respell the chord starting from F, which is the dominant of B flat, right? Look what you have. F, A natural, C sharp. C sharp is the same thing as B flat. And this is kind of an augmented dominant. Like the example that I play of a dominant resolving to G major to C major, augmented.
Oh my goodness.
So this is kind of a dominant, but spelled differently, you see? Because we were in the key of B flat. And this one resolves naturally to a B flat.
Oh my goodness.
You see the C sharp half step, this one half step, and this one stays the same.
Okay, that makes sense now. Cause like when I just look at this, it doesn't. I wasn't connecting it with that.
Exactly. So I was thinking this way, not that way. But Brahms, he would not just think about the student analyzing his piece, right? He just wants to write it down.
I wish he didn't do that because I'm having trouble.
So that's what he using. Show the recurring patterns that Brahms uses to harmonize all of these descending thirds. He harmonizes and he modulates to different parts by using, let's see, he puts at the end of C, minor, the 5, by using augmented triads that are like diminished triads because they can go anywhere. They have a magnetic force that they can resolve anywhere. So if you ever improvising on C major, you just play augmented chord or fully diminished. What is a fully diminished in C major?
What's a fully in C major?
Yes.
So C, E flat, G flat, or G flat, right?
But remember that's the fully diminished of D flat if we're starting from C. The fully diminished in C major would be starting from the 7th degree.
Right. Sorry. So it should be B then.
B, D,
B, D, F,
A flat.
A flat.
Minor thirds. So we can. This is B. Minor third D. Minor third F. And minor third A flat. And you can go to 4 different ways.
The same thing as I did before.
You can before you warm up in your piano lesson or before you're practicing, you can start playing with chords and then play a random augmented and go anywhere just for being crazy. So you can also do an augmented from the dominant G B instead of D, G B D sharp.
Sharp, yes.
So and you can go anywhere. Okay. So in the future, for example, when we talk about late 20th century, romantic composers, late romantic composers, sometimes they will use these augmented chords in the dominant. For example, instead of playing just a dominant, resolving to, they will play with the it's just a dominant 7, but with the augmented 5th, so it's an augmented chord.
That explains why romantic music are always such large chords. They're just like
exactly, and you can keep stacking thirds. And in jazz, it's the same thing. Yes. So that's basically it. The harmonic modulation with augmented chords and fully diminished chords.
Cool.
And you can enharmonically spell an augmented 6. And you have a dominant chord instead, but we can talk about that some other time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.